Hello, it's Chris, and now this is the part for creating a database worksheets for information systems, creating information systems. So in this part, we're going to look a bit more at queries. We're going to look a bit more in depth, working from Richard's worksheet again. Okay, so we've already looked at what a query is, and some of the ways that it can be applied. In this tutorial, we're going to create a few more advanced queries. So our scenario is this. Go here. The gallery earns commission for every piece of art sold. Remember correctly, we've got that. There's the art gallery we're running. So the basic commercial commission rate is 40%, and the basic combo commission rate, we've got the two types, is 20%. So we need to be able to create a query that will allow the user to enter a parameter value for an artist's surname when run, and then it'll calculate their number of exhibitions, the predicted commission that Smart Art's going to get for the sales of their work, the surname, the initial, artist's initial, the commission rate, and the predicted commission. So let's go through doing that now. So I'll open up my database again, Smart Art. I'm going to go to query design. So we're going to go query design. We're going to use the following tables: artists. Go to the tables like there. I'm going to go table artists, table exhibitions, and table galleries. These one. Add selected tables. Okay. So that's done. We'll grab the following fields: artist surname, click and drag those down there, and artist initial. Those are the first ones. Now we're going to create a new field using an expression, so we can create the percentage commission. So we're going to use the gallery type ID. Check that it equals 1. So in this case, we're checking for the type of gallery, if that makes sense. So we want to check if it equals 1. Then the commission is going to be 40%, otherwise it's going to be 20%. So click on an empty field and click build. This is the expression builder it brings up, which is a way that we can form our queries, basically. So I need to find the IIF expression. So you can see you can just like search for all this anyway. Have a look at a few of these. You've got different types of expressions that you can form. Logical, arithmetic, logical. But we need to find the if statement with an additional I. That's our existing stuff. So I think it's it's that one. I have to do that. Found it. It's under program flow. So we're gonna add that. I'll just go on that again. Actually, do that again. Build and go functions, general. No, it wasn't general. It was program flow. This one. Yep. So if the expression then equals true, then equals false. So an if statement, it's like an if statement basically. So if there is an expression, if it evaluates to true, what happens? If it evaluates to false, what happens? Right? I think that's how I understand that. And I want this expression to be if table to reference the table, so we're going to plonk that in from here. Table galleries, gallery type ID. Let's drag it from there. Just messed it up a bit. If this open bracket table galleries, table gallery ID, and then we just put equals 1 like that, comma after it. So the true part, then we want 40%. However, if you didn't just set it as 40%, you need to use 0.4 as this is how mathematics percentages is done. So we're going to do 0.4 0.4 0.4, and for the false part, it's going to set it to 20%, so 0.2. So once that is done, just double check on all that. Yeah, it should be right. And okay, yep. So that's put in there. So anyway, basically to explain what I was doing there, had to go add the expression if, then add the condition that we're checking for, which is the type of gallery, and then if there's a certain type, which is 1, then we apply a certain percentage to that of commission rate to the value that's returned, if that makes sense. So the expression, the condition we're checking for, and then what happens if it's true, what happens if it's false. Anyway, that's that part. Let's move forward. Scored expression 1 at the minute, which isn't a great name for a field, so we're going to rename it commission rate. And we go here. Commission. Spell that right. Commission and rate, all one word. Rate. Okay. Okay. I'm going to save it as query commission. Query commission. Okay, that's that done. So now I'm going to do one for predicted commission on a new field. So we're adding another field, so we're going to create an expression builder, and I'm going to work on the same query. So on a new field, we want to do this. Open the builder again, and I'm going to type in commission rate. No, just give me the little prompt there, times table exhibitions. You see the prompt, which is useful, and then we go there, and exclamation mark and predicted sales. There we go. So all that does is it takes the commission rate from the current query and multiplies it by the predicted sales from table exhibitions. So that's the table, the predicted sales, and which is in the another table, and it's taking that commission rate that's already been set, and it's timesing it by the predicted sales. And we could also name it something like predicted commission. Okay, so add that. obviously name it predicted commission, so it's easier to find than if you need to again refer to it somewhere else. We've got that there to refer to, and should end up with what we've got here. So that. So let's save that. Save it, and go to query commission, and you can see that we've got our predicted sales and commission based on the gallery type, but you've only got one. We've only got data for gallery type of 1, so I'll probably have to add well, we should have one for 2 actually. It's funny. I think it's only filtering for 1 anyway, isn't it? So it's fine. Okay. Okay. Values are not meaningful to look at, as the data types are number. Okay, well, I think that's it for that one. So basically, created that query for the commission, which is giving us this Uplands commission rate. So if we look at like digital data as well, so go to predicted sales. See the predicted sales for 33, and then on to 93, 924. Trent Reznor, he seems to be a popular guy. So he's got very high 2,356 and predicted sales 904. Anyway, that shows you how to do the more advanced query, just the process of doing it. We'll go on to part 5 now. Okay, so now we're going to go on to creating a database part 5. So it's following on for part 4, we're looking at more advanced queries, and we're going to be looking at creating a report that shows a list of galleries and exhibitions. And this is what we're going to be doing in this one. So we're going to be calculating the end date for each exhibition, showing the total number of exhibitions, total number of days. So running a report. Reports are useful for obviously just like collating a lot of data to get from the tables and producing, well, I mean, to be honest, a report. I mean, it's a report of data. So we want to display a suitable report title, gallery name, the start date for each exhibition, the end date for each exhibition, and a lot of meaningful data like that, right? So the total number of exhibitions for each gallery, and the total number of days that each exhibition will run for. So let's go through that now. Get access is already open. We're going to use a report wizard, another wizard. There we go. It's here somewhere. There we go. So if you go to create and then report wizard, ba-ding, should come up. Add the gallery field. So we're not from there. We're going to table galleries again. Gallery field, ba-ding. I'm going to go to the exhibitions table. Add that. We want to add the exhibition start date, ba-ding, and number of days, ba-ding. Select next, and then next. Yep, I think that's it. We want to ensure the gallery is the header, which it is. So we want to View by table galleries, gallery exhibition starting number of days. So that is correctly structured. I'm going to go next, I think. Do you want to add any grouping levels? Exhibition start date, which is already set to, so that's fine. And next. Sort and order. We want them in date order. So we're going to select that field, exhibition start date, which makes sense. So it'll be ordered by the date, which makes sense. You do as you'd expect for a report on. So these are either stepped or block report layouts with a landscape orientation. Let's click next. So yeah, we want it stepped and landscape. We want it landscape and adjust the field. It should be clicked. It's already clicked. So you want it so that it filled the fields fit on the page. I'm going to click next. I'm going to go modify, and we want to call it probably table galleries. We'll give it the same name. And we'll go finish. I should see yes this. So we've got the design here, and there's some space to add extra fields as well if we want. So that's what we've got. What we're going to do, we'll click on exhibition start date, which is there, and under report design should be able to select totals. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, there we go. Sorry, moving to the totals, and then we're gonna go count records. Yeah. Okay, so done that. We have the count of the records per gallery. Be underneath there, and I need the end date. So the report design, I'm going to find a text box. Create a new. I'm going to create a text box in the details area. I'm going to put it here. Just plug it in. It's an unbounded text box. And I'm going to add that. There's a label included with it, which is there. Move this a bit. It's a bit too in the way. You want it to be like that. It's messy otherwise. I'm also going to move that down a bit. Move this there. Okay, so what we're going to put in this text box, end date. That end date. Indeed. End date. And okay, right click on the text box, go to properties, select the docs next to the control source, so that one, and open the expression builder. I'm just going to choose exhibition start date, that one, and plus the number of days, and it should all prompt up like that. I'm going to click OK. And so we should have a report now. Okay, so you now have a report. It doesn't look quite right. It's a border around the end dates and the title sheets are fixed. Save this anyway. Save it. So you can view it here. So we've got the listing of all the different exhibitions. Only 4 on there. For some reason they only have. Well, it's only Blancmange. It's only Blancmange that are having exhibitions here, so that's why. But we've got all those listed. Yeah, there's only gallery ID 1. I might add some more meaningful data actually, so we can do that, and then gallery ID 2, just so we've got different data. Oh yeah, 310. 5. So I do that, so I've got a little bit of examples of some different data. Rerun it, I guess. Oh, did I save it as well? Save. Yeah, so then it gets updated. You get an update of the new gallery that's been added. I need to improve some of my data here, actually. But yeah, you'll get like for each gallery, you'll get a little bit of a report on each exhibition start date, which is really useful. You can see where that can be useful. Okay, right. There's border around the end dates, and the titles use table field names. Yeah, so we need to type that up. We need to start renaming these headings because it looks just weird if it just has. Just go switch to design view. So we want to just we just redesign it a little bit really. So you can just do label or caption. I'm going to put do the following. So call it exhibitions by gallery. Really good name. Exhibitions by gallery. Just makes it more meaningful. I'm gonna call it. Yeah, this is fine. Exhibitions. Well, we could just rename that just to start date. I think. Yeah, and then. Number of days. Instead of can make that the logo form, so it looks a bit neater. Yep. And then same for end date's already there. That's fine. Okay, so go back, save all that. Table galleries. You see it's all wow, needs a bit of rejigging, but you can get as creative with that as you want. You can also change the colours and do all that sort of thing. Let me just get this up. Let's see what's up. So yeah, probably just want to rejig this a bit. Make it a bit longer, maybe. I don't know. Leave that there. Bigger, possibly. Let's see for this one. But yeah, it's just like designing a form, so you just click, drag things around. Or yes, it's pretty intuitive-ish. If I go back to the view, that's what's okay, fine. And you can do things like removing the border style from the end date. So if you want that removed, go to design tab, click on this, go to style. You just got different various style settings here. So we've got border style. We can just put make it transparent. So let's just remove the border. There you go. Yeah, so you don't have that border on that now. But yeah, you can redesign this as you want, really, for the report. But a few things to bear in mind. You want to make it easy to read, just like general design advice. You don't want it to, like, you know, if I put like bright neon pink, it's going to be hard to read. Sans serif is the best font, so that means sans means without curl, so you just want it sort of plain like this. It's easier to read, not too stylized. Don't use too many borders. You can add page breaks, but it's only usually done if you have many records per group. So here's an example of how not to do formatting. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, like this. So it's horribly weird font, stylized, horrible background color. Just really hard to read. This weird font, it's just dead hard to read. So you have now created a report. So we've done that report. Obviously, yeah, you can go have fun with the design and change the colors and everything. The back color, I'd probably do something like this, maybe. No, not that. Maybe that. And so you can just do that to your heart's content, I guess. You've got background color here as well. You can change. That's quite standard, sort of bluey color. Anyway, that's that. We'll go to the next part now. Okay, so now we're going to look at testing our data. So on create database part 6. Continuing on with the art database. And the last one we created reports. So now we're going to learn how to test a complete database, which is important because it's something you'll be asked to demonstrate when you're doing your exam. So this is the scenario for this one. We want to create a report that shows a list of gallery and exhibitions, blah blah blah. So did that last time. We need to do table testing that proves that a record for an artist isn't going to say about the artist's surname being present. A record for an artist will not say about the artist's initial in the correct format, which is the one character. We've also basically it's checking that the validation that we performed before is it working. Gallery record not saved for galleries assigned an invalid gallery type. So if you set it to like 5 or T or whatever, a record will not save if the exhibition is for an invalid artist. A record will not save the number of days below the accepted range, which we did the range validation before, so that shouldn't work. Right. So we need to create a testing table. You don't need to think of a test yourself. So those questions will be provided. And test will often link to validation types, presence checks, length checks, value lookup or range checks, which we looked at earlier and set earlier, table lookups or format checks. So yeah, you got to always consider that when you are, the person who's testing the software might not be the person who created it. So yeah, what might make sense to the developer might not make sense to somebody who's using it. I mean, that's a general thing in UI and UX anyway, that you might make certain assumptions when you're developing something, and that's or can be a bad practice sometimes. Anyway, we're going to do a presence check test first. So let's get up a Word doc or something. Let's get Word up. Just do it with Word. Oh, let's do it on the computer. Do that on the screen. So I'll just get this table set up with the same format, and I'll just it'll be easiest to copy and paste it just to show. Get that up. Go document. There we go. Right, so I'm going to do my testing document here. I'll get this off screen now. and I'll just get this set up so I've got a record for this. So this is an example of a presence. Let's download this first, so we can copy the format over. Okay, so right, so empty nesting table. Yep. So I need to get this just copied across this format. Let's quickly create a table, so easiest way to do this. 5, 6, and we'll just do as many loads. So that's and I'm gonna go test number. We'll just copy across this format, so we've got the same format basically. Type of test. We identify the type of test, expected results, so what I expect to happen. You'll be given a lot of this in the test. Add screen prints, screenshots really. Screen prints don't make sense. Of the results of the test. Add any retests. Ensure you show the test data. I'm sure you show the test data, so you need to make sure that you put in what inputs led to that result that you get. Screenshots. Oh yeah. Explain error if error, basically. So if they do get an error, you need to explain what's happened. I don't need that one there, so just delete that. Okay, okay, so it's got a little table terminal. Okay, so let's have a look. Choose your own test data. Test type choose below are normal and erroneous. So we've got 2 test examples here. Auto increment artist surname. So that was the artist surname check. Let's do that. So go to the artist table, which is there. So what's the test for that one again? The record for an artist will not save it. Okay, so if I try and create a record of a new artist, if I do like just T and go next, you must enter artist surname. So it worked correctly. Screen print that. I've entered nothing there, so I need to. It's obviously prompting me, so that worked. Go here, go here. So that actually worked. So it's good. So I just had that screenshot. Test number 1. That would be a presence check. Presence check. Prompts for to add surname for save. Yeah, so we can do that. So that's pretty easy, I think, for that one. You know, and it actually gave the expected result, which is good. Smith, save it then. Second Smith. Pretty expected. As expected. Okay, so that's that one. Just save it. Okay, and then we could do auto increment artist surname. Yep. So if I can check that now. So if I did, I can just literally check that by doing this. So if we go artist surname, Barry, let's add Barry White, good old Barry White, and then yeah, you can see it auto increments there. So it's gone from 7 to 8. So I'd go here and let's click Oh, we've got two screens there, but it's not else. For the sake of for the sake of the video, just need to. Oh, Jesus Christ! I just need to demonstrate that. That it auto increments, which it does. Because obviously, if you didn't have the auto number there, you'd get something weird, and it would be really bad. Our type of ID is a presence check. There we go. So presence check. There's no error there. It's working as we'd expect. Okay, good. Let's do a range test now. So next we're going to do a range test. Range. Yep. Range test. So for range test, we're going to need normal, erroneous, and extreme data. And extreme data is normal data at the upper and lower boundaries of what is accepted in the system. So it's as you expect. It's like extreme data. So either really high, really low, or it could be various forms of data. But yeah. So we're going to do this test. Auto incrementing. So yeah, we'll test it with the following data. So it's ID for gallery ID 2, exhibition start date, and predicted sales of that. So let's give it the type. Range test. So we're going to do test number 3, and the data we're going to put in is the following. Open it up. So I need to go into as well. So I need to go into exhibitions for this. That one. Yeah. So go here, and I'm going to put in. So that's ID, so that's automatic, but I'm going to put in 4, and I'm going to put in for the gallery ID 2, and the number days is going to be 1. Prompts, okay, so that's interesting. Yeah. So I didn't really put like an error message for it before, but that doesn't work, which is good. So we get that coming back to us. And that's good. I've got 2 tabs open now. Take the record of that. So that's the first thing that's happened. I'll try to do the start date of those 10/10/24 predicted sales of the world. Yeah, it's just going to stop me from doing that. So that sort of fails that hurdle, which is good because it should be. It's got a minimum date range, so I'll have to like put 3 to actually get through that. So at least it's prompted me. That's good. I mean, it's good to know that, and you'll be able to capture that if you're doing testing. If it was set to the wrong value. So if I do another one, I'll do another test now, number 4, that's this one, we're going from here, the 4th test here, which is just adding this test data, again, just adding this, exactly what it says here. So let me do that. So it says artist ID of 4, gallery ID of 2, which is fine. Oh, not 2, and then number of days of 5, so it'll pass OSC validation now, and start date of 10/10, and yep, predicted sales 500. So that works fine. Didn't get anything errors for that one. I think the one I had to add 10/10 as well. set that 1010 last month. Yeah, and then we put it to sales. I've added the change the value there, but yeah. So there's a little bit of a snapshot. That sort of works as you expect. And yeah, I can add that field. So just quickly, I want to do this quickly. I would obviously have to crop the screen grabs ideally, because this is going to be yeah, you want to crop it like this really. The testing as well. That's probably another good practice to get to. Where I can just do those checks. Not there. Just plot this in here. I would also, like I said, you'd also have to put in the actual data that I've plunked in. So, for example, just the fastest, easiest way to do it might be to do. You just plot. You basically just write in the fields that have been updated. So the one we had there was where this worked is exhibition ID. Exhibition ID. So that we've got a record then of the actual data that we're putting in. That makes sense. So you need to do that. So you need to make a record of what the actual data is, because then you've got it captured and you've got a record of it. Obviously, when you're doing any QA, any testing, it's very important. You can see it on the screen grab as well, but you need to also make a little bit of a reference to it. But it is, so but then you can, more information you've got, right, when you're doing testing, there is 5. So it helps you to then ascertain like what are the conditions for, if you get an error, it'll help you debugging it. Okay, so we should start there. And that is 10, 24, and then you've got the predicted sales. That's it. So just capture all that data. You've got 500. There we go. So you do something like that. So obviously the important things to bear in mind is that you capture the data, and that you record what you're doing, and then you do an actual screen grab of the test and how it actually pans out. That's that. So that's that for that part. So that's 3 to 6 done. So yeah, that's that.